Hi scholars, welcome back to another video. This is another explanation video but for Form 1 to Form 3 students about your English Paper 2, your essays. No, I did not forget about you, and just like the SPM essay format explanation video that I uploaded last week, the Mandarin version will be uploaded on Friday. So stay subscribed to me and turn on your notifications to get notified when I do upload, okay? And as usual, if you need a teacher to train your essay writing skills, I'm the teacher for you. I have an offline essay class where you'll be given essays practices on a weekly basis. The class is flexible and obviously affordable and worth every cent. Not only will you get practices and your essays marked in detail by me, you'll receive model essays by the end of each month. My classes are divided into 3 modes: Form 1 to Form 3, SPM, independent schools, and adults. So click on my Telegram group to find out more, and if you want more details, just click on my Telegram group description. You'll find my username there, and you can just private message me anytime, especially if you have any questions about this offline essay class. Alright, so let's dive into the explanation video. For starters, you must know that you have a total of an hour, which is 60 minutes, to finish your paper 2. In your paper 2, you have a total of 2 essays to write. Okay, it's not a choice, compulsory for everything. Alright, you have your part 1 short communicative message and part 2 notes expansion. Before I explain about the essays in detail, let's take a look at the marking scheme first, okay? You have content, communication achievement, organization, and language. The maximum mark that will be given for each of the mentioned sections is 5 marks, totaling up to 20 marks per essay. And since you have 2 essays for your paper 2, your total marks will be 40. For content, you'll be awarded 5 marks if you're able to answer everything you are asked to. For communicative achievement, you'll be marked based on how well you express your written message. For me, usually I'll give the students their marks in this section based on my first read of their essays. For organization, it's literally so easy to score here. Just make sure your essays are organized and that your points, your elaborations, or your examples are not all over the place. Lastly, you have language, which is where your vocabulary and grammar are marked. No worries if you're not too confident in your language. My suggestion is that to at least make sure that you score the maximum marks for both content and organization. That way you have 10 marks right away, and that's half of the total 20 marks already, okay? Moving on, for short communicative messages, usually you'll be asked to respond to either an email, a letter, a message, or a postcard, either for your friends or a family member, okay? The person who has written to you will share either good or bad news, invite you to go somewhere, or ask for advice or suggestions. So your task here is to just respond to their words or needs, and that includes emotionally as well, yeah? If your friends tell you a piece of bad news and then ask for advice, for example, you wouldn't just ignore their feelings about the bad news, right? So that's why you must always make sure to respond emotionally as well. For part 1, the given word count is 80 words, so make sure you do not exceed the given word count too much, okay? For me, the maximum you can write is 95 words, but it actually depends on the marker. Certain markers, they actually only allow up to 85 words, but you must make sure not to write, 100 words, 120 words, 150 words, etc. Because you'll be disobeying the rules for one, and the marker can choose not to mark the rest of your essays, okay? And it's not because they are being mean or anything. You just think, okay, you must consider this. For one, you are the one, you didn't follow the instructions, right? And second, you are not the only student that they are marking the essay papers, okay? You must also be considerate towards the markers. Alright, moving on to part 2 then, which is your notes expansion. The word count here is 120 words. I usually let my students write until 135 words. Again, it all depends on the marker, so be careful not to exceed the word count by too much, okay? And just like part 1 essay, you'll need to answer the given questions properly. From what I noticed, usually in this section, they like to ask you to write speeches and sometimes emails, okay? But of course, the emails in part 2 should and must be longer as compared to part 1 essay, okay? The marking scheme is the same as what I've explained in part 1. And so it's better for you to rewind or rewatch the video to get an even better understanding if this video is a bit too fast for you to catch up, okay? Alright, okay, that's all I have for you today. If this video helped in your understanding about your essays format, please leave a like or comment behind and subscribe to my channel, okay? It will just take a second and it will absolutely make my day and motivate me to create even more free teaching videos for you guys. You just gotta make a living too, okay? So please subscribe. Alright, again, let me remind you that the Mandarin explanation video of Form 1 to Form 3's essay will be uploaded this Friday. So I'll see you in my next video as well. Bye!